Hello! Hey, we made it through the first couple weeks here, and I'm just pulling out my syllabus because I like to have a printed copy. I've been trying to do things as digital as possible, saving trees and all that, but you know, there comes a point where sometimes it just helps to have a calendar in front of me. I don't know about you guys. One thing that you might even consider doing if you do like that digital accessibility is, you know, maybe even load your course assignments right into an Outlook calendar or something like that so that they pop up. But if you also notice, there is a pattern to all of the assignments. They're all due Sunday at midnight. That was unclear to some students, and so I wanted to make sure I clarified that. It actually says 11:55 so that you don't get confused, because technically it would be 12 a.m. on Monday morning, and in the past when I've loaded the class as a Monday deadline, students automatically assume that it's due at the end of the day on Monday. So just to kind of alleviate any concern or frustration, it'll say 11:55 on Sunday, and then there's a window until 12:15 every time that allows you that time to turn it in. And if there's something that happens where you end up turning in things late, no sweat. It comes up as late, and I will penalize it if there is no explanation. But if there are unforeseen circumstances, please talk to me about that. Things happen, and I'm aware of that. So I want to be approachable on that for you. But just so you know, you do have like a 20-minute window to get it turned in. Okay, let's look here at January 22nd. I hope you enjoyed your long weekend. We're on week 2 now, and we're on unit 2. Also, please note that assignments are numbered according to unit. And so if you're looking at assignments in that are labeled 2-4, 2-5, whatever, you're looking at actually the 4th week of the course. So you're really working ahead. I hope that doesn't confuse you. I just have chunked it in as units. So anyway, for today, here's what we're going to be doing, or for this week, here's what we're going to be doing. The first thing is you're going to be reading some articles that are posted in links in the classroom. If you have trouble with accessibility, even after you copy and paste and follow the instructions, will you please let me know, because sometimes websites are cantankerous and I can help you out with that. With these articles, as you read them, you're reading them with the intent of finding out information that's helpful to you. I think one of the things that we have the advantage of with online learning is that your point of entry is different than other students because it's individualized. And so this allows you to individualize your point of entry into the discussion. Then what you're going to be doing with your articles, these are articles that we're not really going to use for any other week in the class other than to kind of set a tone. They talk about taking online classes, and I'd like you to make a discussion board response that's something that people could tag on to, that they could respond to. Don't just summarize the article, but give your feedback. What was helpful to you? What wasn't helpful to you? What would you add? What would you take away from your experience? Or do you have experience online? Don't you? You know, let us know, and then add your discussion to somebody else. There's 2 parts to this. When you turn it in as an assignment, you're going to copy and paste your original discussion point and anything else you said to anybody else, and you're going to put it on one document and give it to me to grade. Okay? Sorry to create extra work for you, but I think that will help me to help you get the most credit out of this assignment. Then you'll notice there's some readings from the Erin text, and those reading pages might be a little off. I'm going to go grab my text here in a second. Pages that it's having you read, anytime we're reading out of the Erin text, we're reading more for background and technical information. So this reading doesn't tend to be as, it's more instructional. So you read it like an instructional book. You don't just read it like every word, absorbing it like it's like a novel, okay? This is really about academic skills, and specifically I wanted you to read the section on summarizing. So if you have a new textbook, it's under the Reading for Comprehension, Summarizing, under academic skills. Under my book it's 8B, and it's at page 72. And that was 72 to 74. It's talking about how to summarize, because eventually that's what we're moving towards, a summary response. And then in my book 77, and I'm getting my new book, it just hasn't come yet, pages 77 through 83 is under section 9 in my textbook, under critical thinking and reading. And it's talking about how to read critically and how to respond and make critical responses. And by critical, we don't mean negative and cantankerous. We mean in depth and delving into the deeper aspects, okay? And then the final page numbers are pages 90 to 94, and they're all about what academic writing looks like. And so mine's section 10, academic writing, and it's talking about responding to texts. Anything that has a message in it's a text. So a billboard is a text. Arguably, long grass in somebody's yard could be a text, because you could read into that situation that somebody is neglecting their yard, right? So we're being real liberal in what we're calling texts, but obviously this book is going to talk more about traditional text, things with words in them. But pictures and images can also be texts. Just so you know, that's why we use that word instead of book. And obviously our texts are becoming less bookish and more electronic as we go through life here, aren't they? Okay, so your first assignment is to do the articles and post. Second is to read like you're reading an instruction manual, so you're not like reading every word on the page necessarily, but you're getting what you need out of it, out of the errand text. And then probably the crux assignment, this assignment that I'm hoping really gives us a jumping springboard into our writing, is a thesis worksheet that I have loaded into your classroom already. And for this thesis worksheet, if you're looking for a topic, first of all, you could choose any random topic that you want to. Maybe you're writing a paper for another class, and you could use that. You could use the articles that we read for this week as a topic, or you could even use your reflection activity from last week as a topic. Choose one of those arguments that you started with, and pretend, this is just pretend, that you're writing a paper using this worksheet as a way to start your thesis. The reason I say it's a crux assignment is that most students that I work with in writing, both at Northwest State and other colleges I work with, they have students will report that their most difficult thing in writing a paper is writing a solid thesis statement. And I'm trying to take the scare out of it, trying to make it into a step-by-step formulaic process. You may not want to use this process ever again, or you may find this is your go-to process. In a way, the process that I'm laying out in this worksheet is a process that I used unknowingly as a writer, and when I found it, I was like, oh, this is what I do. So I thought it might help others as well. If it doesn't help you this time, thank you for trying. If it does, keep it on hand so you can use it for future papers. That assignment just gets sent to me. You don't need to share that one out unless you care to, and of course you can always put that in the student form if you want to share your work with other students or whatnot. I'll talk to you later, and you have a great week. Please keep questions coming in the forums and in my email. I look forward to working with you more. Bye-bye.